going on, bro? It's your boy Bobby Bravo. We're here at the After Hours Podcast TV reaction time. And today, what I got on the platform? Gosh, man, hey, y'all want y'all stuff promoted, man? Y'all gotta shoot it to me, man. So for now, I still got me. Go check out everything, my content that I got, everything I've been doing, I got going on. The Rabbit Hole Cypher 2023. If you already seen it, share it to somebody else. Let them see it. Anything I'm doing, just share it with somebody else. Let them see it. And like I said, I'm trying to make timeless material, so don't feel like you just gotta watch it once and you ain't gotta watch it again. Like you can watch it again. Like I'm trying to make it to where you can watch it again. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make this everything rewatchable. So I don't know how else to put it to you, but today we got, let's see what we got today. We got Omar Gooding reveals why black straight actors can't survive in Hollywood. So my theory on this, my opinion on this fact would be, before we get started, if you ain't noticed that it's a lot of top tier actors and African American wise, I hate to say it, that have to do strange roles when it comes to doing movies and getting certain parts and movies and stuff and being lead roles and stuff like that. They got to do strange things, and it be it be weird, man, because they be presented these roles, and sometimes the money, everybody's not gonna just do stuff for money. Sometimes you got to keep your integrity, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people get blackballed and blacklisted because they don't want to do certain roles that the writer or the directors might present to them. So it's like they get blacklisted in the industry, and you don't they don't really get the recognition for their career like everybody else do. So I think that's what he might be touching up on. Like I said, I kind of read a summary on it. I didn't really watch it. So we're gonna watch it together like we always do. And I'm gonna give my opinion on it as we go. But that's my theory on the black actor. Is just, why do they always have to go through these things, these strange roles, or get put in a certain demasculated light for their career to blow, or for them to take off, or for that to even happen in their career? Like, why can't actors just be what they want to be in a movie? Like, you know what I'm saying? So if a person presents a role to you and you feel like that ain't for you, then ain't for you. So, but just to get to the bag, why you got to do this to get to there? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it don't make no sense to me. So, but let's dive into it, man.
I'm the type of heterosexual man that will not compromise.
Wow,
That was Omar
whoa.
Gooding talking.
They just bleeped out heterosexual.
Career forever.
1,000%. Because I'm the type of heterosexual man that will not.
Why the hell did they bleep out heterosexual? What? So saying heterosexual now is offensive? Bro, I must be living under a rock, man. Like,
Not compromise.
That was Omar Gooding talking about how his career would have been 1,000 times better if he succumbed to Hollywood's alleged ritualistic requirement for black actors to succeed. On why he didn't follow that path, he said,
I'm the type of person that moves around in the world. So I know how, I couldn't do something even, I'm like, all right, fine, it's just acting. And then you meet somebody like, damn, I saw you with that. I say, oh, hell no, listen, man, that's acting.
The other reason he gave was the even more shocking one to most people.
Won't be able to do it justice. There's certain roles I just wouldn't even consider because I'm not gonna be able to pull it off, man. I'm offend them more than they gonna be offended by me saying something slanderous. They gonna be just like, oh, come on now, really?
However, this choice seems to have come with a major consequence on his career, and even he admits it.
and I ain't
Do
gonna
you
cap,
feel that
bro.
you've been properly supported?
Sorry to keep stopping, but I ain't gonna cap. I gotta say this. This man is a phenomenal actor. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Hands down, he's a phenomenal actor. When he was in Baby Boy, you felt it. When he was in what other movie he played in? Um um Dang, I can't remember all the movies he played, but he takes his role on well, is what I'm trying to say. But I can't. My mind is blank right now. I know he been in the more than, you know what I'm saying, one movie. I just can't think of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's in my head, but I can't think of the name. But he's a phenomenal actor, man. I ain't saying he like Denzel, whatever, you know what I'm saying, on his type of level, but he's definitely should be more of a mainstream actor, is what I'm saying. If he's not gonna be on a Denzel, if you can't put him on a Denzel level, he should be more of a mainstream actor. That's all I'm trying to say.
Or do you think the industry has overlooked Omar Gooding at
Oh,
any
that's easy.
point?
Yeah, that's easy. No. Definitely not supported and definitely overlooked.
There are probably only a handful of family names known for their entertainment prowess, just like the Jackson 5 were in their time. But like the Jacksons, the Gooding name is another family that has given the world unforgettable entertainment. This should naturally imply that their lives must have been at least somewhat smooth. But that wasn't the case. As just the way most people struggled to make it in the industry, they had their own share of problems. Omar Gooding made this revelation in the interview. Also known as the younger brother to fellow actor Cuba Gooding, the actor has spoken about some of the complexities involved in him coming up in the industry over the years. However, Omar's claims weren't focused on the problems generally faced in the industry. It was more focused on the lengths black actors were expected to go to just for a couple of laughs. For his part, Omar claimed that right from the beginning of his career, there were lines he had already established within himself to never cross. But as we've seen with even other black actors, these lines could occasionally get blurred. What makes his claim
Now, that being said, I remember it was a interview that Kevin Hart was talking about. He
even
would
more
never put on
worrisome
the
is that
dress, and he would never do this. And then, what, a few months later, a year later, or something, he pop out on TV on what SNL on a with a dress on. So that's why I said when your integrity is compromised, your work is limited in the industry. So if you're not willing to play ball with them, you're not gonna really eat like everybody else. So you're gonna be getting your face is gonna be put out there like you a millionaire, but for real, you still a 9 to 5er on a big screen. And I feel like that's it's fucked up. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's fucked up, man. Because these actors that come through, they put their stamp down on these movies and they work just as hard as the next actor. And just because this dude is willing to go over here and demasculate himself to get a bag, that says a lot about him. So the ones that are not like that, they get treated like scum. Like the world is messed up, man.
his brother, among a slew of other black actors who have spoken about the things the industry has tried to force them into, might have suffered a similar fate to him. Now, it seems the days of letting things slide are finally over, as he appears to be taking things into his own hands, and best believe it's as explosive as it gets. So stay tuned to understand why this actor almost lost his mind coming up.
Nobody say, oh, everybody puts on a dress. Not everybody. I ain't seen Denzel put on Nair lip gloss. I ain't seen that boy do anything where I've been like, oh no, you too?
You feel me?
It's almost like the same television industry we
But he
saw growing
did.
up might be a
It's
completely
the
different.
Illuminati theory, though. There's three things as far as when demasculating a man, as far as the humiliation ritual. You gotta get shot in the ass, put on a dress, or I guess do anything feminine. I can say that Denzel has got shot in the ass, but if that, I'm saying, I'm only speaking allegedly if this theory is correct. If this is like a theory that is correct within the terms of the acting world, that if you do one of these, your place, you know what I'm saying, you can go to the next level type crap, then he did get shot in the ass. So, like I said, y'all can look it up. Y'all might find something on it, but other than that, he's correct. I have never seen Denzel do nothing feminine, do nothing other sort, act gay, less than what he was. None of that.
Different reality from what it is now, and several actors seem to have confirmed it. It just seems a little different now coming now from someone most people thought had it all. It seems the only reason the actor is even able to tell his story now is because he had a fallback plan while he was pursuing his film dreams, and that plan seemed to have been the only thing that saved his life. According to the recent revelations from the actor, it appears that he was offered a couple of less than ideal things at the height of his career, according to him at least, and refusing those offerings seems to have been what meant the end of his career as he knew it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I looked at it young. Now I'm like, look, I understand the importance of making the right choices.
For him, it wasn't just the roles that made him feel the burnt of the industry. It was also the fact that he had personal struggles in his life, some of which almost left him broke while in the prime of his career. If there's any actor people know too little about their struggles, it's Omar. And what helps him in further passing on his stories about those roads he refused to go down in the industry is that there have been more than a handful of other black actors who also had a similar experience. So if it's not an isolated incident, it must be a pattern then. Wouldn't you agree? Well, let's start with introductions. Although not as famous as his older brother Cuba, Omar has worked his way through television and into film as a dedicated actor. Starting out in television, this Bronx, New York native played the part of host in the 1990 series Wild and Amp Crazy Kids. The same year, he made his film debut in the feature Ghost Dad. By the next year, he had landed several different guest roles on the series Blossom.
It was like, if it didn't work out, I can still just stay in school. But it wound up being a situation that I worked consistently until I was 24.
For the next 10 years, Gooding remained outside the spotlight, while his brother Cuba raked in the big bucks and major roles in big-budget films. Omar continued to make appearances on such shows as Thea and Search Party, voiced characters in Batman Beyond, and received regular work in series like Hangin' with Mr. Cooper and Smart Guy. Knowing just how extensive his record of making movies spans, coupled with the fact that he had a brother who's one of the biggest stars in the world, you'd think Omar's rise to stardom would have been a breeze. But his reality has been anything but that. Recently, he decided to let the world in on just how different his life in the industry has been from what people thought. During a recent interview, Omar spoke about how there seems to be a ploy in the industry aimed at feminizing black male actors. The star revealed that in his own case, it's slightly more complicated than regular because he had very specific reasons why he would never compromise on his masculinity.
Because I'm the type of heterosexual man that will not compromise for two reasons.
For starters, he believes that because he's the type of person who likes to travel a lot, doing a role that painted him in a different light than how he wanted to be perceived as an actor was a no-no.
One, I'm the type of person that moves around in the world. So I know how, I couldn't do something even, I'd be like, all right, fine, it's just acting. And then you meet somebody like, damn, I saw you with that. I say, oh, hell no, I didn't listen, man, that's acting.
This makes sense because most well-known actors are usually attached to their roles by the fans, so much so that when these fans see them in real life, they address them because of that role.
Yep. I can honestly say that it's true because I remember the first time I seen what's that
Which
movie?
in his case would have...
What's Love Got to Do with It? I hated Lawrence Fishburne for years. I hated that man. I ain't gonna cap, man. Man, look, if I was anywhere near or seen any like a lookalike him, I say when I was like, what? I was young, man. So I think I was up under 10 or probably around 10. I probably would have kicked that man in the nuts or something, man. Cause I'm like, the way he portrayed as Ike Turner and he beat on Tina, man. I wanted that man's head, bro. Like I hated him. I did. And then when I seen Boys in the Hood, I kind of was like, that's why I said I was a kid. So I started putting stuff together. Oh, okay, maybe this ain't real because he was an actual father in Boys in the Hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? He cared for his son. He cared for his lady. I mean, his baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Even though they wasn't together, or mother of his child, even though they wasn't together. But he had, like, you know what I'm saying, some type of logical sense. And then in the other movie, he was just like a dopehead, the abusive dopehead, bro, that was always beating up on Tina, bro. Like, man, look, I swear to God, man, I used to hate that man, bro. And it's like, it be real like that, man. So I know what she's talking about.
Have been something involving a dress. For him, he would rather have a life where he didn't constantly have to explain to people that doing that role was really just acting and had nothing to do with his personal life. So he would just steer clear. Other than the part of getting perceived a different way, another reason Omar made an effort to avoid that part of Hollywood is that he seems to legitimately believe he couldn't pull it off even if he wanted to.
There's certain roles I just wouldn't even consider because I'm not gonna be able to pull it off, man. I'm offend them more than they gonna be offended by me saying something slanderous. They gonna be just like, oh, come on now, really? The tip of the iceberg.
Omar revealed that if he was ever in a
compromising
situation where he
integrity.
had to play a role like that, he'd most likely play it in a way that might be considered offensive by many. Not because he wanted to intentionally do that, but because he believes he's just not cut out for that life. In fact, he used that as a point of contact to advise upcoming actors not to jump on that train out of not having many choices. He explained that it might be better to wait and land a shot on something they actually want, as opposed to being forced into something they don't, which in this case seems to be a dress. In Omar's opinion,
Makes
there's
sense,
no
doesn't
such
it?
thing as not having a choice. The actor believes everyone makes their own decisions and deals with whatever consequences come after. He just believes the consequences of going down that road aren't worth it.
People will try you. You play the character that they feel they could try, in public. You know what I mean? And you gotta stand up for yourself. And I always teach this to my young actors, coming up.
It wasn't just Omar who seemed to have been presented with unconventional roles.
Look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from millions because they was trying to put him in an awkward situation. They try to compromise this man's integrity bad. What he walked away from, like, I think 50 mil or something? 50 mil. And he walked away like, man, you got me. I ain't doing that. And people respect that man so much more than like you can't take nothing away from Dave Chappelle, man. He will forever be a legend. So for those who be hating on Dave, y'all can go to hell. Like real. On some real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dave is a 100 guy. We need more people like him in the industry.
As the comic also revealed during the interview that his brother also had a similar experience while they were growing up.
My mother was like, what? You mean to tell me this man asked you if you ever decide not to be a man, to call him like that, and you was okay with that?
While it isn't clear if that road was explored, Omar revealed that one of the
Cuban
things that
did
made
play
it so
a
he
role,
never got
or a
propositioned with certain
demasculated
types of
role.
roles was the fact that he wasn't particularly approachable. However, it seems it might take a little more than just appearance to avoid getting propositioned, as several other actors have also spoken about the concept of putting black male actors in dresses, and one of those is Cat Williams.
It is possible that
My
there
guy.
not anything funnier
That's my
than
guy
a
right
guy in
there.
a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress.
Williams admits that while it may be possible that there is nothing funnier than a black man in a dress, like every other aspect of the industry, it is probably not for everybody. In this case, Cat meant that wearing a dress wasn't for him, as he seems to believe in his heart that it's the one part of acting he might be incapable of pulling off.
I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others.
However, it seems Cat doesn't believe that rule applies to all actors, as he mentioned that some people could wear dresses for scenes, not only because they didn't have a problem with it, but also because there's a line of people before them that wear dresses. We would later get to know that those words were directed at Kevin Hart, who had been caught up in that very
Crazy.
dress-wearing web.
Crazy.
I'm saying at the end
That's crazy. I ain't even, like I said, I have not watched it, so y'all heard me say that earlier. That's all I'm gonna say. Man, we watching this together. That's crazy.
of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him.
But that's an entirely different story, because Kevin had previously spoken down on the idea. While in an interview, Kevin was asked about his thoughts on comedians, or black actors in general, being required to wear dresses before crossing to the next level of entertainment. Well, Kevin, as you'd expect, laughed at the idea of being required to wear a dress, and while the actor didn't specifically state that he'd never wear a dress, he pretty much alluded to it.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
He said it. Don't try to soften it. He said it. He said it will mess up his brand. and everything else. So putting on the dress was out of the question. He said it.
I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
In fact, the actor mentioned in the interview that he had been asked to do a bid with a basketball right before the show, and here's what he said about the idea of crossing certain lines.
I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning. I
You look
said
good
no to
doing
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid.
However, just a couple of months after that interview aired, Kevin shocked the world when he made his debut dress appearance in a Saturday Night Live skit.
The new pope is 9-year-old
I
Oscar
said that
nominee,
earlier.
Kavenshanae Wallace.
Isn't that a dress?
African American, the first female and first child pope.
Of course,
They
Kevin
got it.
isn't the first or only comedian to have donned a dress for the camera. In fact, male comedians appearing in drag
Man, go ahead,
seemingly
bring
have
out Martin
universal
and
appeal
everybody
that
else,
cuts
I
across
know.
cultural lines. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, and Tyler Perry are among performers who have gained laughs by cross-dressing. That they eventually got Kevin to put on a dress is proof of just how convincing the industry is in getting men to pull up in a drag. This is also why the discussion has gotten bigger over the years, with major industry players like Dave Chappelle also lending their voices to the fight. This
said that
aspect of
earlier.
Chappelle's resistance to Hollywood's casual attempts to get him into a dress
Legend.
is overlooked by the news media in reporting on an interview. I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in his career, Chappelle said. The comic revealed that he
said
was
this
once asked to
before the
put on a
show
dress
started.
for a scene in a movie he was doing with Martin Lawrence.
Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow.
When I see they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I be connected the dots like, wow, this brother wearing a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin. The movie's doing good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here, Dave explained. He then discussed the conversation between him and a writer for the film, in which the writer tells him he would dress as a female during one of the scenes.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Dave refused to wear the dress and found it peculiar that the scene wasn't discussed beforehand. That's when the writer summoned the producer and director to speak with Dave in an attempt to encourage him to wear the dress. Chappelle gave an account to his interviewer about how everyone from the film's writers to the producers attempted to persuade him to wear a dress. The comedian, who shared that he was uncomfortable with doing so, described
Why is this such a thing? Why is this so important? Why are you trying to push to put black men in dresses? When I was a kid, I was taught, and let me be clear, because I like, my audience can be for everybody. I don't care what you do. Whatever you do with your life is on you. You have to deal with God and speak to God whenever he get done with you down here, and y'all figure that out. So I need not judge nobody. I have my own demons. I have my own sin that I commit. So I'm not here to badger nobody for what they do. All I'm saying is, when I was a kid, I known that boys put on pants and girls put on dresses. That's how I was raised. That's how my dad raised me, how my mama raised me, how my grandma and everybody else that was older than me at the time, when they was babysitting me, looking after me, whatever the case may be, when my parents had me coming up. It was that simple. Pants for boys, dresses for girls. Now, here in 2023, you see little boys with dresses on and little girls with pants on, I guess, which is normal. It started being normal at one point, but now the dresses with the little boys and stuff is being more accepted in today's society, and y'all, it is confusing the genders and everything. But to go back to what I initially saying about the dresses, what is up with putting every black man in a dress, man, just to play in a movie? Like, I don't understand that. Like, let them, if whatever the actor that you got them for, if they supposed to be good at what they do, let them do that. Like, they don't need to be on a in no dress. So it's like, will you put, if you knew let me see what's another actor. Okay, would you put Roseanne in an action movie? Okay then. So don't, why are y'all pushing the issue to put making the awkwardness normal. Stop it. Like, I don't understand it.
The insistent attempts from every party who said that all of the greats did it at some point. But no matter how hard they tried, Dave Chappelle would not budge.
You don't feel comfortable with it. I mean,
And I
it's
bet you a lot of them
bit.
is fighting
All the
demons
greats
over
have
there.
done
They
it.
probably
So,
regret.
well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress.
Well, the fact that Omar was the one to reveal some of the ugly parts of the industry that several other stars seem to have also been fighting against had people praising the actor for standing his ground against the monster that is Hollywood. One person wrote, "I have major respect for him for staying true to himself and not doing anything for money. There are a lot of the parts that I wish certain people wouldn't play as well that helps this industry push negative narratives and stereotype. From the looks of how people received the news from Omar, they might be expecting even more from the actor, and who knows, maybe we just might get it." That's it for this video. Goodbye.
Money makes the world go round.
That, like I said, man, it's crazy to me why they keep pushing the narrative of to be successful, a successful black man, that you gotta wear a dress. I don't. It's like they get off to the fact of demasculating black men, or you gotta jump through hoops to get to the next level. Like I said with Denzel, no, he ain't never wore nothing gay or nothing demasculating, or he ain't never did nothing to really jeopardize his name like that with his whatever his with his orientation of his sexuality and stuff like that. But do y'all know before he got his Grammy or Oscar, whatever that was, because I don't keep up with the awards and stuff, but before he got that, he had to play a dirty cop, and that's the movie he got shot in the ass. So it's like they still try to find ways to compromise you to be successful when you doing in the industry. They still try to compromise you some way, somehow. But when you pressuring grown men to put on a dress, when is somebody gonna be like, man, enough is enough, bro? Like, what's going on? It's one thing if a person volunteer, like, yeah, let me put that dress on, I think it'll be funny. Okay, that's you. But to be sitting in your dress room and here, we don't want you to put this on. Man, you don't get the hell out my face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when is enough gonna be enough? Like, when is somebody really gonna stand up and band together and all the actors band together? Like, no, we're not putting on dresses unless the dude wants to do that on what I'm saying, his movie, that's on him, man. It should be a free will to do that, not pressuring. Don't put the press on me about no dress, man. Like, y'all not understanding that the kids are watching these movies, man. They are watching these movies, and when some kids don't have people to guide them and tell them what is and what ain't, they believe what they see on the screen. Everything they see, they believe on the screen, or when the music play, they believe it. If nobody's sitting around explaining stuff to them, and nobody's telling them left from right and up from down, they gonna think down is up and right is left. Like, it's that simple, bro. Like, so y'all know what y'all doing at the end of the day, man. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know what y'all doing at the end of the day, because I know the kids, they're more impressionable, and they're, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna latch onto it. They're gonna keep it going. They're not gonna ask questions, and then before you know it, when they grow up, like every other adult does, they get to think about everything they've done and how they reacted in life, and get to questioning everything about themselves, and it causes a meltdown. Only the strongest survive, and I can tell you that from experience. Like, once you get to realizing, or you start finding stuff out in life, like, this ain't what that was supposed to be, or, you know what I'm saying, you just start noticing things like, why is stuff like this? Like, it does causes some type of friction with you, and it causes a meltdown, because you like, man, I don't know how to deal with stuff no more. Like, but if you already got somebody in your corner telling you what is and what ain't, listen to them. And if you don't believe them, go do some research and see what they're saying is true, and then go back and talk to them about it, you know what I'm saying, and express point of views to each other. But I just don't understand how the industry is ran. The world is fucked up, man. It is. I'm gonna call it like it is. It's fucked up. Everything about it is fucked up, man. So just take mental note. If you're trying to be an actor or actress or anything in the industry, well, mainly for the black men, I can say, because the actors, they probably got their own struggles. I'm gonna tap into that, see what type of struggles that the black actors got in the industry. But as far as the black men, if you're trying to be an actor, like, and I do lie, they got some of the, you know what I'm saying, the other races involved in this cross-dressing stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, it ain't just black people. I mean, black actors. They got all type of other races involved in this dress scheme or Ponzi scheme, whatever. I mean, not Ponzi scheme, but in this dress ritual. So it's crazy, man. But just know you always got a choice. You don't have to do that. Like Dave Chappelle did. You got a choice. You definitely got a choice. So, and that choice depends on what you do with it, and it depends on how your future comes out and what you know what I'm saying, make of yourself from that. You see what Kevin Hart did. He had a choice. He was sitting there talking about it, and then he went left. So evidently, whatever they presented to him, he felt like it was worth his integrity, his morality, and everything else that come with it. And I mean, he's still on top for the most part. People still mess with him. They still laugh at his jokes and everything else. But a lot of people, they looked at him like, you sold out, bro. Like, you disappointed us. But it is what it is, man. I don't want to talk about this too much longer, man, because it's just, when I get riled up about certain situations, man, I get passionate about what I'm thinking about and what I want to express. Because I know I ain't the only one that feel like that. I know I ain't the only one that feel like this. So, like, share, subscribe. Like I said, go check out everything else I've been doing, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for checking me out, man. And until next time, peace.